Good evening, Speed Gaming. Welcome to the hotly anticipated Gammachuu match here tonight in the Hybrid Major Glitch Tournament, as we have two extremely scary runners about to go at it with each other to see who can break the game more. Tam and Gammachuu. Don't think either of them really need an introduction. I'm Drosy, though, here with my buddy Specs. You excited?
Definitely excited. These are Tam's well known for being one of the best glitch runners in the game. One of the contenders for one of the best, you could argue, but one of the best. No question and no logic and HMG and other glitch modes, and also just a fantastic runner with great results in non-glitch modes. Whereas Gamma's new to the glitch scene, but is one of the best players to ever play non-glitch modes. So it's exciting to see a matchup like this.
Yeah, and Tam, of course, doing the... Ooh, as Gamma gives us a quick map check, that looked like a 5-6 on Desert, red pendant on Eastern, and a regular crystal on Hera. Yeah, but Tam doing their typical opening, probably going to be a hobo play, after all.
Nope. So I think Tam bases it off of the guard RNG there. Some people base off the guard RNG. Whether they do hobo or go to Saha if the RNG is bad. Looks like the RNG was bad, I'm thinking.
Okay, so both of our runners are at Saha.
And again, I never checked the Hylia, which had nothing. And Saha had basically nothing.
$45. And Pod is green pendant.
Lots of money though already. We'll have no problem getting to Zoro when we get there in a little while. And Gamma will do the same opener. He'll do Lost Woods up to Chucking Lumberjack and then clip it up to Mountain. Tam might do that. I know Tam often will delay Cack along with other players. We'll see what happens here.
Delaying CAC always seems kind of funny because it has exactly as many checks in HMG as it has in regular rando, and it's a pretty dense location no matter how you slice it.
Yeah, I think the reasons people won't. Well, a free glove that makes our routing so much easier. Not needed unless Ice Palace or Checkerboard Cave has stuff, but nice to have. Makes routing way easier.
Yeah, imagine being able to lift blocks.
But yeah, CAC has a lot of checks. People will often delay it because it's nice to be able to do paddle while you're there, or sit kid with a bottle, or activate a flute if you happen to get one early on, so you can just have it. It's just, and it's also kind of like a meta thing. It's a way to because you can check so many other things that are also in logic that maybe by delaying it and putting time elsewhere you can get something. But most people will still check it within the first 15-20 minutes, even if they delay it for a while. Is that half magic?
Yeah, I was about to say that looked like half magic to me.
Oh, well, no half magic.
Guess we're not getting that.
Oh well. There's worse things to see there. And we're going to see two different mountain ascension clips here between Tam and Gamma. Oh no, Tam's doing bonk rocks. Okay. I've seen Tam do this.
Tam kind of looped around and skipped it. Though we know from Gamma that it's nothing. Though, I guess a heart container this early is always nice.
Yeah, especially if you're doing Old Man in the Dark. It's nice having the extra, and dealing with, all the rocks up here and the dead rocks. It is nice for not dying. That one extra heart makes a huge difference in the early game. Just arrows and spec rock. Yeah, Tam here is showing us what they call the new mountain ascent, even though it's been around for a long time. But one of the most... The two clips you just saw up mountain from Gamma and Tam are the two most popular ones used, although there are other ones that are still commonly used. Was Tam takes you to the front of Old Man, like the way you would normally go in with the glove. Those Gammas just takes you basically up to the Hera area.
Yeah, so basically Gamma's ahead by having checked Spec Rock while he was up there, while Tam hasn't. Otherwise, they've done the same things.
Yep.
And Tam actually emerges from the dark before Gamma. That's surprising. Oh no, Tam has the double beeps on.
Yeah, I think Tam always says. Tam
yes.
is confident enough to go there without a heal and just deal with the rock RNG. I respect it. Yeah, Gammas take it safer. This is what I would do.
More money.
Yeah. The good thing about this graveyard let's play is even if the item is junk, one, you get the check knocked out, but two, you get free bombs. And you just have a bunch of bombs going into Calc and Desert and the rest of your race. Gamma missed it. This is a common trick to mess up with the way you have to do the input as you clip through. Tam's going for a full 10 bombs. Interesting.
Why not? You're right there.
Yeah, it's still slower. Normally I'll at most I'll come in twice. I never come in 3 times. Not that Tam's.
Oh yeah, and the early glove lets us get into the back of Escape the vanilla way.
I think Tam didn't fix the camera.
Oh no, that was a Houlihan setup. Okay.
Yeah, if you clip up the mountain and then basically enter anything like this, it's gonna become Houlihan. So you have to either fix the camera some way or just come in the vanilla way. Most people will just go in the vanilla way from sync start.
Okay, so Tam is very clearly thinking an early Zora play.
Yeah, definitely.
Bit surprised they didn't, take enough from Houlihan to give them Zora and Bottle Vendor money.
Yeah, I think they just know they're going to get more money on the way. They have so many checks to do. They're like, I'm probably going to get money. And I think the main reason they even bothered Houlihan was, yeah, you get some money, and it's almost as fast as a save and quit to Link's house to get down here. So it makes sense more, almost like it's barely slower routing-wise. And the money's almost secondary, I think, for what Tam is thinking. And Gamma just coming here into Kakariko, also completely reasonable.
Well, we've seen 2 shields so far.
Yeah, we've seen the glove, and there's a bow. There we go.
Bow is nice, other than Eastern and Pod are both pendants.
Yeah, both. I mean, you're pretty much going to Pod guaranteed. That's the one that I'd be more likely to go to. Because you're going to Pod in HMG the vast majority of the time. Not always. But it's Sphere 1. Like, it's immediate logic, so you're going to it pretty often. And it usually has a little more bang than Eastern does, and it doesn't feel as bad to double dip it as like Eastern does.
I'm really having some trouble with Bomb Mini Moldorm Cave. Almost ran out of bombs.
It also explains why Tam farmed so many bombs for Graveyard Ledge was because they were planning to come to Moldorm Cave without a weapon. It makes more sense now. I was wondering, I'm like, why so many bombs? But this makes sense. There was a bottle for Sick Kid, so when Tam goes to CAC, they can guarantee do a Sick Kid check. Fire Rod?
Yeah, as well as Cape.
Oh, Cape too. Gamma will be happy.
Yeah, on the well. Right into a bush crab. Sorry, a sand crab. Oh, there was a fairy in the bottle. Perfect.
All according to plan. We don't want that fairy to be death rope later, so we're just healing and preventing death ropes from going bad later. It's part of the plan.
And yet more money there in Chicken Hut. Yes, I imagine Tam will water walk from here.
Yeah, it'd be pretty crazy. You farm all this money and then you just skip this in logic checks. Because in this mode, again, all orbital glitches are allowed in this mode. So, Hobo, Waterfall Fairies, Zora's Ledge, Zora, they're all immediate in logic. Flippers have no effect, and whether they're in logic or not. So, it makes sense to check these.
And what's on library today? More money! It's all money!
We need more money, Drowsy. This season's been too dry on the money.
Oh, and ooh, hook shot in the waterfall.
That's really good. It's even better in this mode, in a way, because well, one, you can in this mode you want to be able to get spin speeds or hook speeds for a lot of your clips. So we have no sword right now, so now we can hook speed. That's super helpful. Nothing on ledge. The other reason is, in this mode, you're often going to go to Hookshot Cave and Ganon's Tower a lot earlier than you would normally. So having a Hookshot earlier just makes that logic for those things more clear. Because hovering's not in logic, obviously. And, you don't have to bother hovering it. So it's super nice having an early Hookshot for multiple reasons. And then now also we have a weapon to kill, Moldorms.
Meanwhile, Gamma's clipped over to Desert from Race Game Area, which of course is also Sphere 1 in this.
Yeah, standard play. In this mode, basically Desert Area and CAC are all one thing. You route them together early on.
Okay, Gamma did remember that with the big key, you have to go left to get the small key out of the big chest. But Yeah, Gamma could theoretically beat Lanmos if he really wanted to.
It's a crystal. If you had more magic, that's the worst part is the lack of magic.
Yeah. Well,
You get
he does
yeah.
have arrows.
Yeah, I don't think Gamma is the most practiced in the HMG Lamo fight. I have a hunch. Yeah, Gamma is gonna farm a little bit of magic here. Could farm some arrows pretty easily in here as well, and do a slow landmark fight. We'll see what Gamma decides. Is that our ice rod? Free ice rod today.
Yeah, well, we found both of our rods. That's kind of a relief. So TR is no doubt our third pendant, right?
Yeah, probably. I think Gamma got both of our. Also, Mario's gonna be hard to find. That could also happen. Gamma got both items right side, so Lamos does not have an item. So Gamma's just gonna put this fight off later. There'll probably be a good opportunity to come back to Desert later. Like if you're gonna come to my area later, so maybe then if you have a mirror, you can just mirror up and do it easily. And otherwise, there's other checks you can often combine in later, like Bombos Tablet, or maybe Shovel Check. So there might be other reasons to come back later. So I agree with some Gamma. Like, don't do the slow fight right now that you have terrible weapons for. Come back later. Okay, more money. Cool. We needed that.
This is getting a bit ridiculous. How many 300s have we seen already?
Not enough, Drosy. Yeah, also with this hook shot now, it's nice to actually come do Spiral Cave for Tam, because it's not difficult to deal with the Moldrums anymore. You don't want to come do this, even though it's Sphere 1 logic to do Spiral Cave and Paradox, until you have an actual weapon that's not terrible. And Hookshot's pretty good for this. Oh, there we go. Nice sword.
So Spiral Cave is definitely worth it today.
Definitely.
Imagine being able to dash with a sword.
Also, know what Tam just did? Yeah, dashing with the sword's nice, but notice what Tam just did, where they clipped through that corner right when they walked
Oh,
Spiral
yeah.
Cave. You always do that in Overworld glitches or HMG. It's just generally it's a faster way to get down to Paradox Cave. And it's even more worth it when you have Hookshot. So a slight time save that you can get in Overworld glitch modes.
And I have to imagine Tam's going to do Hera now that they have a sword.
What was the big key layout in Hera? Oh, they can do Hera.
I don't know, but they have a hook shot, so they can Hera pot.
That's a good point, Dross. I guess they could do that. It's out of logic. I mean, you really want to do out of logic plays in glitch mode? Come on.
And meanwhile, Paradox Cave gave us Flute and Lamp, two nice things to have.
Yeah, since Tam hasn't been to CAC, like, it's definitely worth, 12 minutes into the seed, go in CAC for your first time, you activate that Flute. If you get Flute later in the seed, in this mode, it's not often actually worth it to get the Flute activated, if it's out of your way, and you don't, because you just have so many ways to get around the overworld. But early on, this Flute is super worth activating. For Gamma, it'll be a tougher call.
It's still nice and fast in any case. It's faster than what it takes to execute most of the glitches required to get you around the overworld fast.
Yeah, it's still really worthwhile. You usually want to activate it. And if you get mids later, it makes going to Maya really nice. And, it's nice as the same way that it is in the vanilla modes. It's just, you gotta do like a time, analysis whenever you get it in a seed to be like, is it worth it? Can I combine it with anything? And for Gamma, depending when they get that after Paradox, they'll probably have a reason to activate it later. That'd be reasonable, probably, but maybe not.
So I'm thinking Desert and Hera are full clearable at this point.
Yep.
I guess nothing else. Well, Skull Woods, Bunny Pocket, right?
Skull Woods.
Thieves minus the big chest.
Correct. We could beat Eastern and Pod. Pod we can just do our basement clip, beat Pendant Pod. Without a hammer, totally worth.
Pendant Pod, do not utter those two words together.
Gamma's fine.
So Gamma will get his hook shot imminently. Which means maybe he'll do East Death Mountain and get a sword. Ooh, the little piece of heart trick, and he doesn't have Moon Pearl.
That is
So
terrible.
he's missing his hook shot.
That's really bad. Gamma cannot hover, so that's bad. If Gamma does not go back for that, Gamma's the kind of player who might go back for that at some point because there will be possible ways to add it in later. But Gamma's not a hoverer. That's bad. If they do
Hellfire
go
has
back.
this. Ooh, and Sick Kid has the Cane of Samaria, so Tam benefits from having a bottle before their first trip to CAC.
Yeah, that definitely benefits. That's why people in HMG often, a lot of people will put off CAC until they have a bottle if they can make it happen. Until, as long as it's reasonable to hold off on CAC because of situations like this, like just a check that you can knock out. And in this mode, you can actually delay CAC and it's not completely insane.
But yeah, I was gonna say Telethar has this strategy where if you're going into Waterfall Cave and don't have the Moon Pearl, he sets a bomb before opening the first chest, and then the bomb can blow up and get him back into a waterwalk state.
I always forget about that. I keep meaning to get in the habit of doing it, and I never do. But that's definitely something that a lot of others should do. It's definitely a good strat. I've seen him do it, and I've seen gifs of it.
Now, in terms of hookshot, it is incredibly likely that Swamp is a crystal, in which case the hookshot is hard required.
Damn it. I don't remember what Float Island had. Must have been junk.
Yeah, bombs. Which means Gamma is going to have not a great Spiral Cave. I mean, he still has the bow.
Yeah, bow. And you can just take some hits if you want as well. But yeah, a little slower, of course. Yeah. Biggest scare, though, is if Gamma can get a mirror and then it goes to Catfish later with that mirror, because Catfish is something that is more reasonable to check in this mode, so Gamma will check it at some point. Then Gamma could check it. There's other ways Gamma could route that check-in, but the best case scenario of Gamma getting the hookshot is getting mirror before the Catfish check, which you do typically with your Dark East Mountain checks.
But of course, mirror could be anywhere.
Yeah,
mirror could be in Swamp.
We might literally, it could be in Swamp, because mirror is not required for Swamp in this mode. But yeah, mirror, we may literally never find it. It might be behind the hookshot.
Yes, mirror on Argus would mess with Gamma.
So we can dive pod, Eastern, we can do escape and Uncle. I feel like we're gonna see an escape Uncle play pretty soon. What's Game? Oh, but Game hasn't done backup escape yet.
Oh yeah, we still haven't seen Uncle. That's because neither of these runners is a dirty Uncle router.
Most people will just do escape with Uncle in this mode. You usually just do both. Ideally, you have mirror and you can route Pyramid Fairy and Pyramid Ledge in with an in-logic mirror warp. And then you do that independent escape, but with no mirror, then eventually you'll just go do Uncle and escape the less fun way with no pyramid checks involved.
Okay, so we were talking before about whether to do Agena first or last there. Like, a few days ago we were calming something and had a discussion about that. So it's a little bit surprising that Tam would then do Agena, go all the way in, go all the way out, and then do Cave 45 and Checkerboard.
Because Tam's going to Desert, this actually makes sense. Tam's going to go to Desert and finish it off. So if you're going to do something like a shovel check and then go to into Kakaro, go south sure after that, or go do Desert last, then you do Agenas a bit earlier. But normally you're right. Normally you end with Agenas in most scenarios. And Gamma's going for the kicky skip. This is a way to clip into pod. This isn't logic. It is expected of you. But this will clip us into pod in cave state. We'll have to leave pod and walk back in to activate pod state. Again, let's try to line up a Pacific Pixel to place a bomb here.
But you do get to nicely open that first door when you're in cave state.
Correct. You're able to save a small key. We'll see it in a little bit from Gamma. But yeah, you're right.
Oh, Tam uses up the last of their magic, too.
Tam does have a green potion from Waterfall Fairy.
Oh, true.
Which I think is the plan here.
It's just funny, you don't usually see people burning up their magic bar with a lamp.
Actually, I forgot. Tam's going to do HMG strats. Tam's confident in this, of course. Okay, Gamma is struggling to get this pixel line up. Did Gamma... Maybe Gamma hasn't played HMG in a few days. Yeah, I think Gamma just had to remember the right pixel. But our Gamma got it. We're now in cave state, so the game still thinks we're in a cave. So it basically means we have infinite small keys as well. So Gamma can open this front door, and then when you exit the dungeon and come back in, the game will know we're in pod because we entered it from the overworld, and we'll have the normal amount of keys and big keys as you would expect, which would be 0 right now. And that front door we already opened though will still be opened. And this is all in logic in this mode.
Yeah, so it makes the navigation much easier since you're basically up a key.
Yeah. And in this mode, since pod's available in Sphere 1, you don't have to bother paying money for it. You don't have to do the long detour around and entering the vanilla way. So Tam here is doing the Kiki Eat, which is a way to clip up to lower spec rock, where you do the Kiki skip to get into pod. So that's the fast way to do it here. I think Gamma did it as well, but Tam did it pretty fast. That's a nice setup by Tam. That's a fast way to get the pixel. It's a little hard to do it all the time, so in a way, it's a little gambling in a sense, but it works most of the time if you're good at it, which I'm not.
You might think Tam's experienced with the mode or something.
Yeah, you might think Tam's good at this mode and has a lot of practice in it, yeah. But yeah, Tam made it look really easy. Setup I gotta learn at some point. It's probably worth it if you can get even like half the time. Just because you don't have to spend so much time lining up a pixel.
Wow. It's been keys all the way so far in pod. We found 4 of them, which means there could be 2 items right side. Obviously, we have the bow here, but is right side of pod still logically bow-locked, or is in logic with the bottle, or anything like that? Okay, I guess Specs is dumbfounded. We do have the rare 5-key front of pod. Ah, thank you, Malmo. Shoutouts to Malmo for doing the tracking here. But, okay, so right side of pod still logically requires bow. So this makes the back of pod more interesting. Both runners have the lamps, so we can do the dark rooms no problem. They'd be doing the dark rooms anyway, but just makes it easier. But yeah, only 1 key in the back now. Of course, we can't actually do the boss because we don't have the hammer still. There's our 1 key for the back. Map. Compass is probably going to be in Harmless Hellway or something like that.
Okay, sorry, I'm back now.
Yay!
Anything happen in pod?
We got a book, and we have the rare 5-key front of pod.
Ah, okay. Where was the non-small key in the front?
The book was the non-small key. It was in Bollock's side. What is that, map chest?
Oh, okay. Cool. Right side. Got it. Thanks. Which, yeah, opens up Bombos and Ether Medallion. Oh, yeah. Tablets. Tablet, my bad.
Well, there's the compass, of course. So Helma has an item. Because of course Helma has an item. Actually, 2 items since there's Green Pendant. Okay, there's a mail upgrade. That's something, though. A little bit annoying when you don't have the mirror and might be trying to take... And don't have the Moon Pearl and might be trying to either Death Warp or Bunny Revive.
Yeah. And this is going to be Uncle Thunderscape. Makes a lot of sense at this point. Still trying to find that Moon Pearl. Gamma still currently down the Samaria from Sick Kid and the hook shot from Waterfall Fairy due to, a heart piece issue in Waterfall Fairy.
Yeah, we'll see when he gets that hook shot.
I'm hoping for an early mirror here for Gamma, which is not the most unlikely thing if Moon Pearl's kind of gross, because a lot of stuff is logically locked by a mirror for when Moon Pearl's in a grosser location.
I love how when you get to these runners' skill level, you can just, like, casually walk over like that and do a hammer jump without any sort of buffering.
Yeah, I find that impressive. Impressive to me. See, from things we haven't seen, we've not seen... I don't think we've seen Keen's Tomb, have we?
No, we haven't.
We can't get anything off the tablets yet. We don't have enough swords. We obviously still have all of Escape. Well, not... We've already done the back. So, not that.
Right. Tam could certainly do Tomb Raider if they wanted to.
Yeah, Tomb Raider, we can just clip into it. Either one works fine. Although Tomb Raider, I think it's just easier to be consistent with that. You won't mess it up. So. Yeah. There's the Moon Pearl. Okay. Not bad at all.
Oh. Moon Pearl and Escape. Okay. Well, that's better than Moon Pearl and Ice Palace, right?
Yes, definitely better than that. Although, if we hit the mitts, that would have been like one of the first places we would go. That or Mire Shed. Well, no, we need a mirror to put Mire Shed in Logic, so Ice Palace, you're correct. Yeah, pretty free Moon Pearl. You have a couple options thanks to that glove for how you want to get into Dark World. You can either start from the top, you can start from the bottom of the overworld. You could go East Mountain right now, which Gamma probably won't do without that hook shot.
We could always beat Aga. That was a joke. I don't actually think these runners will beat Aga for their Dark World access.
Yeah, but it'll be fun, And so Gamma here's going to show that you can, if you have the glove, you can still use this portal. You just clip around the hammer pegs. So having a glove here actually is pretty nice because it allows you to route from the bottom if you want, which can make it can make routing a lot easier and more straightforward. Like you can get here without this clip, but it can make routing more straightforward. You get the Hive Cave right off the bat, and some other things in the South Dark World. Map check. So Pendant TR, Pyramid Crystal Skullwoods, and Green Pendant Pod, as we already knew. So TR is a pendant. You were right, Drossi.
It always happens when you get the Ice Rod early, right?
Yeah, we got Samaria, Fire Rod, and Lamps, of course. Oh, there's the mitts.
Ah, Hype Cave actually being a little hype. Which
we did need those at some point, because we needed them logically. Because Ice Palace is logically locked behind mitts. As is the Smith and Purple Chest. But more so, now we know Ice Palace is like a logical option. Of course, it's still terrible. We have no hammer.
Yeah, hammer's got to be a big thing, and now that we know for sure Swamp is a crystal, Gamma will absolutely need that hook shot.
Yes. Yeah, now you can't even get around it. Not the Gamma... I mean, Gamma could have Moldrum Bounce, but yeah. Not getting around it at all.
And with ice being, as you said, with ice being a crystal, we will absolutely need the hammer.
Nothing on Ether Tablet. Yeah, but we'll need the hammer specifically because Ice Palace requires it. At this fully hard requires we can't get around that, and generally, most people aren't going to do the clip and pod to get around the hammer requirement, but also pod dependent, so it's pretty much irrelevant.
Well, not that it matters, but what was our other 5-6 Skullwoods, I think?
Correct. Oh, there's the flippers and red mail.
Flips and red mail. Well, at least we don't need to worry about Bunny Revive now that we have the Moon Pearls, so...
Yeah, I always use the Moon Pearl. It makes it a lot easier. But Pyramid Crystals, you brought them up, do matter right now in Logic, because for Pyramid Fairy to be in Logic, you either need the mirror, or you need to do it Pyramid Crystals the vanilla way, logically. No one will do Pyramid Fairy the vanilla way. Well, ideally you don't, if you know all the glitches. I've seen Gamma do it, because Gamma's not most comfortable with one of the non-mirror approach for getting into Pyramid Fairy.
Okay, here's Tam going into full clearable Crystal Skullwoods in any case.
Yeah, makes sense. It's a crystal. Knock it out. Oh, and Desert was the other Pyramid Crystal, right?
Right.
Also, Tam's thinking logical Pyramid Fairy. I mean, logic. No, Tam's not thinking about that.
Ooh, Sword and Skullwoods. Imagine that.
Oh, yeah, I did not see Mario Medallion. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sword and Skullwoods. At least the first sword was free, so like that, no one will miss that. Or like, I'm going to Skullwoods because of no sword or something. Yeah, Gamma's doing some upward teleports to get up to Vu from the big game. Could have actually gone the vanilla way, but this is faster with decent execution than having to go over a screen, go up around all those mazy cliffs. Damn, goodbye the red bomb. Oh, quick admire. Thank you, chat. Definitely makes the mouth fight here easier having Master Sword, although hopefully Tam needs to be careful. I don't think we've got a whole lot of hits on Moth, have we yet? I feel like you maybe should use the green a little bit earlier, but I mean, Moth, ideally, I mean, it's hard to decide in the moment to do that, but that's rough. Yeah, Tam probably realizes I should have used that green potion sooner and not try to save it for so long. Like, have the fire rod shots while I still had some health, and the fight wasn't as chaotic. But that hurts. But I mean, in this mode, like, overall, so it's not gonna probably have an impact on the race, but it is unfortunate.
Ooh, there's Bombos in Thieves Town.
Could make an early Ice Palace easier if we get a hammer soon, since we don't have great swords or half magic or anything.
Watch the hammer be an Ice Palace.
It's possible. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it can be in non-glitch modes as well, so it's not unique.
Very nice moth fight for Master Sword from Tam.
Yeah, Tam did not want that to go bad twice. I mean, Tam's also really good at it. The previous one was just a fluke.
Also, we found both items in Skullwoods without touching the front. That's always a feels good.
Yeah, that happens so rarely, but it's nice when it does. I mean, it's not like that rare, but it feels rare. I feel like it never happens to me when I go for it.
Happened in your race today. Both items were in the back. You just skipped the bridge chest anyway.
Yeah, I didn't know. I skipped all of Skullwoods. So I don't know. Yeah, Tam's also going to loop upstairs to get around the pegs for the South Darkwood portal.
Yeah, so this will be the Hype Cave play, I imagine.
Yeah, so what do we need? We need we just need a hammer at this point? We just need a hammer. That's it.
I mean,
and
stuff
Quake.
like
Me Quake from Meyer.
stuff
Hammer
like
Quake.
Mirror would be nice.
Yeah, the stuff that we want that would be nice, but we just need a hammer and Quake. Tam's gonna get the flippers in Meyer shed reasonably soon. Gamma's definitely the one on the tougher spot. Has to still get the Samari on Kid and the hookshot in Waterfall Fairy.
Yeah,
Where they've already got 1 of 2 items.
imagine having vanilla access to Meyer area.
We do. It makes it a lot easier to get back. That's super nice. Right now,
Makes it easier to arm Spooky too.
Yeah, you can actually arm Spooky like the vanilla way. It's a little bit nicer and faster. Whenever we do get to Meyer. But, yeah.
Well, here's Pyramid Catfish from Tam.
Yeah, Ham's gonna do, Tam Swam. Gonna do the Pyramid Swim here.
Imagine Tam doing their own swam.
I know, and they could have gone the red bomb. Why wouldn't they have fun and just buy the bomb?
With all that money, too.
More money on Pyramid. So Gamma's getting in Skull Woods, but it's a little bit tougher for Gamma to decide where to go next with the current layout. Because without the hook shot, it's harder for them to like nothing in Pyramid Fairy. Because like you want to go East Dark, you want to go to GT or East Death Mountain, but GT is terrible because Gamma doesn't have the hook shot, doesn't have Samaria. So like most of GT is not open. And hookshot wouldn't change it much, but the Samario does. That's some sick kid. And then you don't want to go East Dark Mountain because Gamma can't have a hookshot cave. So hookshot cave sounds terrible. So it's Super Bunny hookshot cave for 1 check and 2 catfish. Like, not the best.
Oh, well, here's finally a look at King's Tomb. You were saying no one had done that. It's just $20.
So Tam because of the hookshot and Samaria has better decisions, has better options right now. Because GT feels better because you have Samaria and Fire Rod to do right side. And you have East Mountain. I guess TR is looking probably... The TR looks bad to Gamma too because no Samaria. So for Gamma, like, not having Samaria and hookshot really limits like the options you like right now. Hence why Gamma's actually doing this chain. Well, also it's in logic, but part of why I think Gamma's doing it at this point. So, what I'm trying to say, if I was Gamma here, I'd be feeling bad. I'd be like, what awful checks do I do at this point? I mean, Gamma still has Skull Woods, which we'll see in a
How
minute.
about Waterfall Fairy?
Oh, yeah, that's the 1 check you want to go do.
Oh boy, no, I know Gamma well enough. He's probably just like, second chest Waterfall Fairy doesn't exist.
Yeah, I can see Gamma checking it again if they get the mirror before Catfish. But that's the only scenario where I am currently seeing it. It's one that exists, but otherwise, it's going to be tough.
I also know that Tam will rue actually winning because they try so hard to throw.
Oh, Gamma is going to get their Samari here. Nice.
That's a good one to have.
So that opens up some options for Gamma. Now, going to Pin TR is a better option, and going to right side GT. I mean, Gamma was going to get the Samaria. It doesn't matter when.
Oh,
That's not surprising.
I don't see Burner on Gamma's tracker. I assume that was just eaten. I can't imagine Gamma didn't get Burner. And there's a vanilla sword on the Smith.
Wow. Okay, so Gamma will temper pretty soon. Gamma remembering... Oh, I think they already activated the food. I think they knew they didn't have... Yeah, they don't have power. They won't try to do Magic Bat. No way. Oh, we'll see. Get the Bombos tablet check. We already saw Ether tablet on Tam's side earlier. It was junk, so we'll see Bombos here. And then Gamma's probably might go ahead and beat Desert now. You don't have to. There's no item on Lamo, but just knock it out while you're in the area. Interesting that Gamma didn't do Skull Woods yet. But probably just how they routed Smith Chain, it just made sense. So Gamma will go back to it. I mean, you have Mirror. I mean, you have Flute and Mid, so getting back to Skull Woods is so fast now. So it's not even like... It's no big deal getting back. so quick.
So, just couch cash on both tablets today. We can, of course, check PED. It would be kind of rude for Ether to be on PED, but nothing's stopping it from being there.
Quake, but yes.
Quake, sorry. By Ether, I meant Quake.
We all know what you mean. Whatever the required medallion is, we get it. We know.
Okay, so there is an item in Thieves' Big Chest. That would also be a bad location for Quake.
It would be terrible. Unlikely, but yeah, possible.
Yeah, the thing about HMG is you can get around the world so easily to check so many things, you wind up with a ton of orphans. And so then when you're trying to track down that last item, cleaning up the orphans is a real mess.
Yeah, and that happens a lot in HMG seeds where, like, you have one item that's hard to find. It can be even rougher in this mode than, like, Kaz Boots or an open mode. Sometimes. Gammachuu is going to go East Dark Mountain here. Gamma can get a mirror here. That would be fantastic. Because Gamma's going to do the one check and hookshot cave. Although Gamma might choose to do TR and not do Catfish right now. Which would be better. With where we know hookshot is, that's better for Gamma. But either play makes sense on Gamma's side.
Just a second bottle. Let's see what TR Medallion is. Also Quake. Okay, then. Okay.
So that doesn't necessarily mean TR is Quake locked, but there's a reasonable chance depending on the key layout inside. But it de-incentivizes you from wanting to go there without the Quake. Because you're like, well, it might just be Quake locked. It might be wasting my time. So yeah, Gamma, with no mirror now, unless mirror is here on Catfish, Gamma is not checking Waterfall area right now, and is probably never checking it. This is
oh boy. Well, I mean, you can't say never. Eventually it will be a last location because he's run out of everything else. Assuming Tam hasn't finished by that point.
Exactly. That's the point. It's like Gammon will do it eventually, but at a point where by then it's so inefficient for them, and so they've done so many other unfortunate things. But maybe Gamma will prove me wrong. He's definitely proved me wrong in the past. You know, Gamma has some instincts and understandings of the game that I don't.
And to recap for late arrivals, Waterfall Cave had a piece of heart and a hook shot. For Gamma, that gave him the heart refill, which knocked him out of Water Walk state, and he didn't have the Moon Pearl at the time.
After seeing that, I'm like, I need to finally learn Telthar's bomb trick. Like, I need to finally learn that. I need to put that on my list. Like, just learn that and knock it out and avoid that problem. Of course, once I learn it, it'll like never happen to me anymore.
It happens not infrequently, so I feel like it's a useful trick to know.
No, it's definitely worth. It is definitely worth knowing, and you can also count your heart pieces and know when it's going to happen, of course, and plan for it.
So of course, we still can't do left side GT without the hammer.
Yeah,
but we can go full right. We have Samarian, Fire Rod, Solemn Logic.
Now, a game should know, because they are looking for Hookshot, Hammer, and Quake. Their Quake could be right side, as can their GT Big that they need to do the climb. But they know that most likely, once you get past Tile Room here, probably like the rest of the right side is not going to have your Hookshot or Hammer, because of how they're both going to lock, small keys and the GT logic. So game should know the only way looking for Quake.
But Mushroom's intriguing, and we could also fake Powder now.
Could fake Powder. Really not in Logic. Of course, Logic's only a suggestion in this mode and in any mode. But we don't have the powder. We don't, and logically, we still need the hammer or a mirror.
Well,
magic
fake
bat
powder
speed.
can never be in logic because the mushroom's expendable, so you could kind of get screwed if fake powder were logically required and you spent the mushroom first.
I meant less about the fake powder and more about, like, even if we had powder, it's not in logic. Like, I think you might do it here. You'd be more incentivized to fake powder if you had the hammer or mirror to put the regular powder in logic. Yeah, I agree, Malmo. The fact that Gamma hasn't done Skull Woods, odd to me, when it's a crystal that you can full clear, get 2 items out of. Only reason I can think of, and I think this is not it, and I think Gamma probably just forgot, but you could be like, well, if you have Mirror, then you can more easily check ahead with Skull Woods. But only, like, Quake could be there, well, that seems like a pretty weird choice. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Gamma just forgot, and has been doing other things instead. And Gamma's, yeah, not because the key logic is, like, I'm not finding my hammer or hookshot in the rest of GT. I'm better off spending my time elsewhere, looking for hookshot and hammer, and then probably just hopefully finding Quake in the process. But yeah, is Gamma gonna finally do Skull Woods? Okay, potion, mushroom tournament. Yeah, Gamma should do Skull Woods. Oh, was anything in Hookshot Cave? Looks like no.
No, looked like junk.
Okay, that's
and
good
Mushroom
for Gamma.
Tournament was also junk.
Okay, Gamma, where are you going? Eastern? No, you just flipped to 5. Oh, Hobo. Hobo play, probably? Hobo.
But where do we want to go now? We still haven't done Hera, and I feel like, you know, that could be nice as a way of getting into Swamp.
Yeah, for Tam, Hera and Swamp's a good play. I mean, Tam
Yeah,
does
well,
know
Gamma doesn't have
logic.
the hook shot.
I know, yeah, but for Tam it makes sense. Although for Tam, they know that can't lead to their Quake, because, well, okay, very unlikely it can lead to the Quake, because most of the time Swamp and Hera are logically locked behind having access to Mire, so Quick Medallion is blocking those. There is a 10% chance that Swamp has a small key in the front, but then that would make Swamp mirror locked? Yeah, Swamp would then be mirror locked the vanilla way, if that was the case. Logically, that is.
Oh, now is Gamma doing a Hera play?
What's Gamma thinking?
No, what is he thinking? Spike Cave? We haven't seen Spike Cave yet.
Can't do it.
Oh, right, need a hammer for that, don't we?
Gamma's going back up to Dark East Mountain. This is TR play. TR play by Gamma.
Okay. Which is also what Tam's doing.
Still, really, Gamma has not done Skull Woods. Like, you can just flute over with the... You have a flute. No, did Gamma activate their flute? I think they did.
I
earlier.
think he did.
Yeah, we've seen Gamma use his flute a billion times. Gamma did. Yeah, so Gamma... Just forgetting about Skull Woods. I'll have to ask Gamma about that later. I'm curious. And Tam's doing TR from the back. This is not a logically expected way for you to do TR, but it's a pretty common way and a pretty good way. Go from the back, go to the front. Especially when it's a pendant, and you're really just looking for items inside TR. Going to Laser Bridge first can potentially get you to the key items that you want for progression immediately. So Gamma's doing the same thing.
Though in this case, it was a couple of pieces of junk.
Where is this hammer and where is this Quake? For Gamma, you want this hammer and Quake buried deep, so that you get to the hookshot first. So the longer these items don't show up, the better this is for Gamma. Yeah, like hammer and ice would be like an ideal thing for Gamma, because most people are gonna last locate that, especially if it's a really nasty spot in Ice Palace. But it's an Ice Palace in general. So yeah, we're running... Gamma's. What does Gamma have left logically? Gamma has kind of TR. We don't know the key layout.
Oh, what do you know? Vanilla Big Key in TR.
Ah, cool. Gamma should be going to School Woods. That's still the question I'm gonna keep asking. Gamma hasn't done Keen's. I think Gamma did Keen's Tomb already. Yeah, Gamma did. Yeah, Gamma can logically go to Ice Palace. Gamma knows they have the check in Waterfall Ferry. They have TR here. What else do they have logically? They haven't done. I'm trying to think. Just anything else.
So why did Tam decide not to do the front part of TR?
You know, I wasn't looking at the key layout, but my guess is either...
3 smalls and the big coming from the back.
Then I don't know. Because that means only one small in the front.
Right.
I guess Tam just decided better choices. I feel like you keep going at that point.
Or
Yeah,
the 4th small could even be in the big chest for all we know.
Still keep going?
Let's see how Gamma plays this. Other than being kind of damaged by the chomps.
Yeah, I don't know why Tam would stop there. Another question to ask later.
Yeah, Gamma's keeping going, so this could be something if there's something in the front of TR.
And Gamma also right now is like desperate. He's just like, where the hell is my progression right now?
True.
I don't know where to go. That's where Gamma's at the moment. Because Gamma really has almost nothing logically left. And at this point, I mean, I still don't know why they haven't gone to School Woods. That's still like, I'm wondering why. But other than that, there's not much for Gamma logically left.
Okay, there's our 4th key. So the firewalk side here has 1 or 2 items. We haven't found the map yet. And basically between the firelocked side, the big chest, and Trinex, there are 3 items in the map. Because we've just been finding keys.
I know no hook shot for Gamma. I have to go the slow way, but did remember successfully. Okay, what do we get here? What did Tam not get? Hammer.
Oh!
Oh, okay.
So that's bad for Gamma and bad for Tam.
Well, Tam skipped it, and Tam can go a bit longer. Out of logic. We'll see if Quake shows up, but I don't know what will show up. So Gamma's gonna. They now can do Ice logically. They can do more of a GT. They still need to do Skull Woods. Gonna keep saying that.
Yeah, it's just... I don't get why Tam bailed from TR. Guess we'll ask that in the interview.
Yeah, it does open up the game. Oh, Gamma's doing Waterfall Ferry after the hammer?
Wow. Okay,
What?
then. This game just turned around very quickly.
As I said, Gamma has some knowledge. I think Gamma, the way Gamma also is, Gamma's someone who, when you watch him stream and he's talking about what's going on, if he skips one item, he's freaking out about it. Like when he does like what he knows is a bad skip or a very risky one, even if it's like these big chests, he'll talk about it for pretty much the whole time he's playing. It'll come up every so often. So Gamma, has been thinking about that check forever. And I think Gamma was just like, I have flute. I can check this super fast. Let's just knock it out. And then I can let this fear go away. And I think that's what it was for Gamma. Gamma was like, I just want to get this fear away and see what's here, knock it out, and then I can relax if it's nothing. But now Gamma got the hook shot.
This is bad news for Tam, though, going into Ice without the hammer.
Yeah, this is a swing. This is Gamma's race at the moment. With Tam not doing fun of TR.
Yeah.
So I do not understand why.
I mean, clearly, Tam wanted to throw, and,
But yeah, this is Gamma's race now. I mean, we haven't seen Quake, but I mean, the fact that Tam has to now double up pinned at TR, which is for one item. Tam's not gonna want to do that. Oh, potentially two, because I don't know what's on Trinex and all that. But and then
I mean, in the big chest.
Yeah, you're right. Big chest as well. So yeah, we just see Quake and Go mode, but that's just this is part of why you can, Gamma may not be as experienced in the glitches as Tam, but Gamma knows the key things, like the critical things, and can knock those out, but just has good routing instincts, and a lot of other people like myself would be like, that I skipped the check forever ago. I'm just saying it's gone, but Gamma's just like, now I can clean it up, and it's only a slight time loss, and then I'm mitigating my chances of losing to it, and that's a smarter play by Gamma that some people wouldn't make. I know I wouldn't.
Oh, yay. We get the single arrow in Freezor chest. So Tam is able to get all 3 items out of ice.
What happened to Gamma?
That was interesting.
Okay, so hopefully no splicing Gamma. Okay. Gamma doesn't have the Quake suddenly, does he?
We got all 3 items out of ice. If Gamma somehow has Quake, that's a problem.
Nah, I think we're good. Small little hiccup on Gamma's end. What was I going to bring up? I don't remember.
Oh, is Tam doing Eastern now?
Oof. Yeah, going to clip into Eastern, faster way to get in there. I can see why Tam would be doing it now. Yeah. Like, Tam doesn't have much left.
I mean, eventually Tam's going to be forced back into TR. And let's not forget that Tam still has a 1 crystal lead after Gamma gets this Cold Stare crystal.
Yeah, because Gamma's
as well as a sword advantage.
Because Gamma will not go to Skull Woods for whatever reason. Imagine going to Crystal Skull Woods that you've had in Logic for like 20-30 minutes.
I mean, Tam won't do the... Oh, there's Quake and Pendant Eastern, so Gamma won't do that either.
Oh, Gamma's going to go full clear GT after this.
Yeah.
I mean, because of where Big Key is, in fact, the Gamma and Tam both already did or at least Gamma did up to, I think they both went to Compass. That one shouldn't be too bad.
Okay, so Tam can now do Meyer. And as we said, easy enough to arm Spooky since we're going in the vanilla way.
That's actually not too bad for Gamma. That's better than the hammer for Tam, because Tam's now going to be like, I can logically do Meyer, I can logically do Hera, I can logically do all of Swamp. So Tam's going to might full clear Swamp, do more
Not that a full clear Swamp is horrible in HMG.
But Gamma is not going to do that, because Gamma knows that odds are very high right now, especially since we have no mirror, that Hera and Meyer and Swamp are all locked behind that Quake. And so if you want to find that Quake, you don't go to one of those 3 dungeons, you go to other places. So Gamma's going to know that, and has way less things to check right now to find that Quake. And is more likely to go to Eastern a lot sooner, and then by that point they're going to Swamp and Hera, or not Hera at this point, but they're going to Swamp and Meyer. They're just going to go mode it. So definitely a big time difference. But I would assume on Gamma's end that if they do clip the Swamp here, which would still be reasonable, that they won't full clear it. They would just do things on their way, so they get like nice items, But going like the left side, everything out of the way would be crazy when you know your Quake can't be there.
Oh, so I guess we got the Godmire.
What when Tam's looking for items? It always feels bad when you're like looking for items, and then you get the Godmire, and you're like, no, give me the big key in cutscene chest or something. Give it to me after I find my items. Gamma still needs to do Skull Woods. Okay, Skull Woods, Gamma. Is this Skull Woods? Yeah, Skull Woods. Oh my God, Gamma's doing it. Let's go.
The depths to which he will lower himself.
So Tam's decision on TR with the hammer and Gamma's decision with Skull Woods, I'm interested about big time.
What is Tam doing with Spooky there?
Yeah, so Gamma will have tempered. Gamma's gonna check the front. Was there a key in the front? I don't remember.
The front is complete junk.
Yeah, I remember that. I just don't remember if Tam checked the chest. So Gam was gonna
Oh, Tam didn't touch
check
the
all of
front.
it. Yeah, Tam skipped it. Got the nice School Woods layout.
There's the powder. Now Magic Bats and Logic.
Yeah. Not for Tam, but for Gamma. Well, not for neither. For neither.
Right, even HMG Logic expects the Hammer or the Mirror.
Yep. You don't need like a lot of the other stuff in Dark World for the mirror check, but you do need that.
Now Tam's going back in for the second item, of course.
By that I mean you don't need the mitts for the mirror magic bat check at HMG. Gamma's going to get tempered. But yeah, I feel bad for Tam because Maya is one of like the slowest things, like one of the slowest dungeons to check. Like to full clear when you don't have to. I mean, it feels so bad. And this is probably going to be a mirrorless seed as well. We can still find it in GT or something while looking for big key or on the way in swamp, but it feels pretty bad. It's always sad to have no mirror in any mode, and especially HMG. It's nice to have.
Yeah. Speaking of GT, I would imagine Gamma's gonna do left side. Well, the big key. We didn't find the big key in GT, right? So the big key's still left side, so we're gonna have to do it anyway.
Yeah, and so Gamma's going to go there first looking for the Quake, and they'll full clear GT before they consider Eastern, probably. And then probably Eastern soon after full clear in GT. Gamma also hasn't done like the Pyramid and Pyramid Fairy checks, because again, Gamma's...
Okay, Tam, that's two items out of Meyer. What are you doing? Oh, getting a key to... Okay, yeah, to clip.
Yeah, Tam's going to clip the
sense.
Hera, yeah. And then the Swamp.
Okay, so yeah, you know that both Lobby Chest and Map Chest are small keys, so easy enough to grab one.
Someone's going to add, there was a question... And... Yeah, a question about Swamp logic. So, in this mode, the small key in Swamp, there are 10 chests in Swamp. Normally, the first chest in Swamp Palace has to be a small key, or you cannot enter the dungeon from the front like normal. So, like every other non-key sanity mode that you play with no glitches has a small key in the front. In this mode, that small key can be in any one of the 10 chests. It's randomly assigned. If the small key is in the vanilla chest in the front, which is a 10% chance, then logically you can access and beat Swamp if you have a mirror and that small key in that chest. At 90% of the time, that's not the case, and the game instead logically expects you to get access to Meyer, logically, with the medallion, logically get all 3 small keys in Meyer, then clip from Meyer to Hera, and then clip from Hera to Swamp. Tam's doing the clip from Hera to Swamp right now. And then you take that extra small key from Meyer that you brought over to Hera, and then the Swamp, open up Swamp that way.
Did we get both items out of Hera, or is Tam didn't want to accidentally grab a small key in Hera and have it credited towards Meyer?
That's probably what it is. I think Tam's more focused. Oh, did Tam decide not to? Wait, why didn't Tam continue? I don't. Why did Tam stop?
I don't know what Tam's.
Oh.
I don't know this glitch. What is Tam doing?
So. Oh, I know what Tam did. Okay, so. Tam's. Like, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, so Tam, so you have to open up, you have to pull the dam switch to go into Swamp first, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you don't have a mirror, the way you do it is you go to the dam, you pull the switch, you save and quit after immediately pulling the switch, like before you leave the room or you leave the dam at all, and then you save and quit to Old Man. And because you never like left that overworld screen with where the dam was at, the dam is still pulled even after the save and quit. And so then you go to Hera immediately from Old Man, and you then clip this Tam's doing from Hera to Swamp. So when you go to Swamp, the dam switch is still pulled, and the front of Swamp is still flooded. And
you now need the small key from Hera in case you. Well, I guess we're just gonna rush the boss anyway, right?
Yeah, but that's what Tam's doing. So Tam can walk back in Hera after this, and then...
Ooh, is this our first look at Darkcross? I don't think we've seen that yet.
I don't think we have. it's interesting to me that it was a map.
That's why we didn't see it, because it was the map. Gamma wasn't counting.
Okay, yeah, Gamma just kind of forgot, and then forgot from earlier, but was coming here to set up the sewer rat key steal. Another way to get a small key for Hera and swamp stuff, for the big mega dungeon of Meyer Hera Swamp. It's another way to just get that key that you want to take the swamp. If Gamma does it, we'll explain it more later.
But, oh, this is Gamma doing Eastern. Okay, well, he's going to be in Go mode shortly.
It's interesting to me that Gamma prioritized this over GT.
Yeah, it is kind of surprising.
Is it because of is the hammer in TR logically locked by the Quake medallion? Does anyone in chat know? Yeah, it's my best guess. Oh, maybe Gamma just thinks it is, which is what's important in his thinking. Because I don't know the clutch that well. I know he said that there. Okay, yeah. But Gamma's probably thinking that Quake medallion locked TR as well, might logically locking the hammer, and therefore taking the hammer to GT. Okay, smart play by Gamma. Gets Go mode. All things considered, pretty fast. This is not how I thought
now he gets to Go mode Godmire, for instance.
Yeah, gets to Go mode, Swamp, Meyer, and as soon as they get the big key in GT, you can just beat it. This is so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
around for Gamma big time. Gamma made some smart plays, cleaned things up well, really followed the logic, and it paid off.
Heck of a back and forth race.
Gamma has not done Swamp.
But I guess the one thing for Tam is if they go up to do GT, now that they have Quake, they can just do the front of TR that way.
Yeah, so Tam will be more incentivized to go back for the main items in TR eventually. But the thing with Tam is they have that Quake though, so they're like, the hammer can be here. I'm gonna keep checking these things for my hammer, not go back to TR. So it's gonna be a while for Tam gets that hammer. In this mode, Swamp Palace is not hammer locked. It's always been that way in HMG. It used to be before the new clip that you had to do this gross. You basically had to clip into Swamp, walk to the side behind the hammer pegs, push the switch, then save and quit, and then clip all the way back into Swamp again to then be on the left side of the hammer pegs and be able to enter the dungeon with that middle room with the hammer pegs switch flooded. It was a lot grosser.
Does Tam go back into Swamp for 2 items?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Tam does it here because that looks better to them than TR and some other things. They've already visited Ice Palace. They already did all of Meyer. They did everything in Pod except Helma. They went to Eastern for 1 item already. So they can't do like anything in GT. So this is looking good to Tam at the moment, left side.
Ooh, Tam just too slow to get the 0 cycle on Argus. It looked like a really nice fight, but they do get 1 cycle. Well, that is 6 crystals for Tam. This is going to be Gamma's 5th, though, of course. Well, he doesn't have the mirror, so he can't just jump in and beat Lanmo. He does need to do Lanmo.
Yeah. Yeah, it won't be too bad. I actually don't know what the fastest way is into Desert in this scenario. To just beat it. Like, using the book is obviously not the right way. You're going to clip. You'd probably I think you just either flute to 3 and clip down, like you do at the beginning of the game. Oh, bomb clip. Thanks, Malmo. Yeah, you could do the bomb clip, and Gamma might know that bomb clip. That's definitely.
Of course, the big chest has the compass, so there are 2 items on the left side.
That's better than when you get the big key on the left side and then you have to go back. But yeah, that of course is junk. Yeah, typical. This will be Swamp from Gamma. So, okay, Gamma is going to clip to Hyrule Castle, to the sewers, and we're going to see that key rat seal. This is what, when Gamma went to Dark Cross earlier, it was less about the item. I think Gamma thought they had an item check left to do in Dark Cross. I thought they could combo with the key rat seal setup, but they were wrong, and it was a map.
Right, I just think at that point, if they had remembered that they didn't have an item in Dark Cross, it would have been faster to come from the back of Escape to unlock that door.
Really? I thought it would be faster from the front. No, you can't go from the back, because, well, you have the key, so you could.
Yeah, then you get the key from the key rat, and yeah.
Dark Cross would be faster.
I think that's faster to fall into the back of Escape, and yeah.
But yeah, so what Gamma did is they clipped from Hera to sewers, and because they already opened that door earlier, they were then able to walk through it without having to burn a key that they didn't have, because they were clipping from Hera, which they had 0 small keys in, so they would not have been able to open that Dark Cross door in the back. But because they opened it previously, they can walk through it, go to the sewer rat that has the key drop, grab that key, and because they're in Hera state when they grab that rat key, when they next go back to Hera. Also, this is the desert play by Gamma. Not doing the bomb clip, just doing it the way I would do it.
And where's Tam headed for?
Smith's chain stuff, maybe? Hammer pegs? What is it?
Hammer pegs without the hammer?
Smith's chain stuff.
I mean, purple chest, I guess. This is a
magic bat.
Oh, magic bat. Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Well, no, it's purple chest.
No, you're not going to find the hammer in magic bat. So it was purely a purple chest
and
play.
And we can't get it from there. Yeah, purple chest. But yeah, they finished the key rat expedition, though. Yeah, but you can grab the key from the key rat. It's part of Hera. So next time you go back to Hera, that key can then be taken to Swamp when you go from Hera to Swamp. So it's a nice, like, backup way to get that key. It's not in logic, but it's a nice way to get that set up. Yeah, not having any mirror, though, limits a lot of the things that we could do in logic at the moment.
Well, there's our butter sword, and right, Tam never checked Bombo, so they don't know it's worthless.
Yes, this makes sense. Where would they go after this? They could go do more of Eastern. They can go back to TR. They could go... Yeah, those are the main options.
I really hope it's TR. No, fluting to Kak? No, they realized they didn't want to flute to Kak. Okay.
Yeah, miss flute.
Oh, it's Eastern. RIP.
I don't blame Tam, because Tam probably realizes, oh, if it's in TR, I feel really bad about that. Like, they might feel bad about the Eastern play, because some people might leave after they get that Quake. And so going deeper might feel like a better play than TR, where Tam probably realizes they made an oopsie.
You know, Gamma's biggest special skill in this game is the ability to make his opponents throw.
Yeah. It's crazy to to think that 30 minutes ago, I was thinking like, how is Gamma getting that hook shot? How's he back in this race? To be fair though, this is honestly more about Tam not grabbing the hammer out of TR. If Tam had gotten that hammer out of TR and continued a little bit further in TR, I would expect Tam to be in the lead here still. But that's not what happened. So, and Gamma made that right play to get the hammer, and Tam didn't. So, it is what it is.
Maybe it's the God Eastern. I still don't think at this point that would rescue Tam.
Nah, this is... I mean, Gamma's now ahead. Technically still tied in crystals, but I mean... Yeah, Gamma's a super ahead at the moment. Yeah, because even if Tam, magically was just like, oh, wait, TR.
Oh, nope, it's not the God Eastern either.
At least 2 more time race. But even if Tam finally, if Tam pulled out his seed reader and was like, oh, hammer in front of TR, I also think you can beat Ice Palace and GT and get all that fast enough to beat Gamma at this point. We just need to go mode Swamp real quick and then go do, GT stuff. But this is only game 1, so
Yeah, and they're in the winner's bracket, so whoever loses this still goes to the loser's bracket.
yeah. So still, let me look up when game 2 is because I'm curious.
Probably at like 3 in the morning, just to emphasize that it's an Australian against a West Coaster. And there's the bug net, so Gamma spiritually loses because he will not get that bug net.
That is sad. And the next game, the game 2 for these players, is tomorrow at exactly the same time. So
there we go.
That's very convenient. So Wednesday, August 30th at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So same time it started today. Just tomorrow.
Okay, now Tam's back on the mountain. It's going to be too little too late, but at least they're on the mountain. They will go into TR via the front door, and they will feel very silly when they get the hammer.
Fear, the reason Gamma left Swamp and went back in is because Gamma clipped to Swamp from Hera. So the game, while they load up Swamp for Gamma to be in, the game still thinks Gamma's in Hera. So to change that, you leave Swamp by going out the front. So you're in the... It'll put you where the Swamp entrance is in the overworld. So you can walk back in, and then the game will recognize, oh, you entered the Swamp overworld entrance. You must be in Swamp. So it's a way to tell the game, hey, we're not in Hera anymore, we're actually in Swamp. And is required, otherwise when you beat the dungeon, you'll get the Tower of Hera prize instead of the Swamp prize. Which, we already have the Hera prize, so it doesn't work. Also not allowed in the rule set.
So Tam's basically gonna be a Go Mode Ice Palace behind Gamma.
Yeah.
Which isn't horrible, but it's also very difficult to make up that amount of time on Gamma.
Yeah, definitely. I mean... And you can't even, like, make a time in GT round at this point, because they both already did right side, so just go left at this point. So, yeah. Yeah. Just unfortunate. So Gamma was just really smart about following the TR logic, for both finding that Quake and getting the hammer. I actually wish I could actually knew TR key logic. Cause I'd be curious how it actually applied in the seed.
And hello, Hammer.
Yeah, see Ice Palace from Tam then.
Yeah, meanwhile, Gamma's already entering GT. It's weird, it doesn't look like he's entering GT, but he's entering GT.
Yeah. And we were right side, so Gamma will go full left. We did right side, including tile room, which is pretty normal when you're looking for items in GT in this mode. Since GT is in logic mode, you get a moon pearl in this mode. But yeah, Gamma is going to do full left until we find Big Key, which will be on left side or Ice Armos area.
Tam might want to get a bit more magic at some point for, doing Gold Stare.
You got Bombos. There it is. There's a Big Key. And Gamma's fluffing, as expected.
Hey, maybe silvers are in there, you don't know. Oh, there's also... He also
no
doesn't
mirror.
have a mirror, and he's on red mail, so he kind of has to walk out.
Yeah, I see, because it makes sense that you're already walking over there to, kill the Stalfos. Okay.
Yeah, right. Right. If you're stuck in there and have to walk out, you might as well open the last chest in the hopes of getting silvers. Wonder where that mirror was. Ooh, very nice rail clip for the stairs there by Tam. Really smooth. Yeah, so honestly, given this difference, if Tam had not gone back into Eastern and had just done TR straight out, this would be super close.
It would be super close, you're right. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that, like, Tam just has better routing in this mode, like, or better overall routing, can do various clips faster, has a bigger bag of tricks that speeds to checking some things out and getting around places. And it shows that, like, it shows here, even though Tam's not winning, it shows that even when Tam, like, last locates a hammer this hard, Tam was able to keep up just because, like, their routing over in the overworld and in the game just allowed them to get checks a lot faster.
Yeah, Tam is definitely more experienced with this mode. Also, Tam gave us a nice demonstration of why the vanilla game does not allow Buttersword Cold Stare fights.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, the fight was a joke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought it was like something else.
No, it was a high
so.
Cold Stare, by Cold Stare sort of fight. So we do have both runners in GT at the same time.
Yeah. Tam will be about finishing the climb, like in Gammachuu-ish. Almost. Because Big Key is so easy to get to. It's about time Gamma finishes, I mean. Assuming no major issues on Gamma's side.
Cam, likewise, being stuck in the room with the Stalfos, does the last couple of chests. Yeah, I'd have to time how much time Tam spent going back into Eastern, but I feel like if Tam skips the return to Eastern, worst case, there may be a floor behind. Oh, there's the mirror upstairs in GT.
Just when you want it. Just, you want to use your mirror right now, you're just so excited about it, right? Use it right
Hey,
now.
if Gamma wants to mirror out of the Aga 2 fight to give Tam a chance.
The other thing to note is, like, see, Gamma also never did the pyramid checks.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, Tam's gonna have a much higher collection rate, I would say.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, in Tam Folk did more dungeons, rolling for hammer. Gamma did do a little bit less overworld. Not a lot less, but a little bit less. Mostly the pyramid. What a...
Was that a double triple?
That was. What a nice Aga fight. I mean, Gamma executed well, but those were really nice patterns by Aga.
Yeah, it takes combined luck of getting good patterns and skill of being able to take advantage of them to get a double triple.
Absolutely.
Of course, Tam will get the same patterns on Aga 2, so we'll see how they handle it. Gamma's skilled enough with Tempered Sword Ganon that I'm sure 1-1 will be no trouble for him, so Tam's Butter Sword won't be any sort of advantage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that last one was on Purple Chest.
Yeah, there's another check that Gamma never did.
Gamma just skipped all the P checks.
Actually, that's kind of funny. Smith's and Purple Chest both had a sword.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Smith's, Purple Chest, Spiral Cave, and Big Key Chest in Soulwoods.
Tam, you were just there, and I was like, why didn't Tam grab the magic pot? Okay, there we go.
And yeah, Silver's
Probably nerves.
were in GT, which is not shocking because we saw most of the rest of the seed, minus everything past DM room and GT on the left side. And we didn't see all the items on the climb, I believe. Or maybe we did. I don't think we saw many helmet room.
Sorry, I missed the silver cent. I assume it was my tower.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, because you were talking about it, I was piecing together. Oh, that must have been the silver cent. But get your GGs in for Gammachuu, who will take game 1 of this series.
Yeah, good plays by Gamma. Like, it looked bad for Gamma there with the hookshot placement being in Waterfall and Gamma being knocked out one chest too soon. But Gamma was smart with how they followed logic to get both the Quake and to get that hookshot, and with TR to get that hammer. And Tam played this really well, except they just didn't stay in tier long enough to get that one hammer, and that held them back on the seed, unfortunately. But all things considered, Tam kept it really close, despite how much that hammer threw them. Also,
note that Tam, despite top tier execution, was not able to get the double triple on Agatu. So
game was just lucky. That's all it is.
See if we can get Gamma in here. Now he's in the waiting room. Okay.
I definitely have some questions. GG's Gamma?
And you're muted, by the way.
Yes, hello. Thank you, GG's.
Hello, GG.
So, Gamma, I have a few questions for you. So, this was scary about for the first 40, 50 minutes or so, due to that hookshot and Waterfall Fairy. You want to talk about that?
Oh my gosh, I was so tilted as soon as I picked up that hookshot. That was so bad. Once I had that fake, water flipper state happen, I'm like, I'm not gonna come back here for anytime soon. Yeah, that was just a garbage location. But I figured, this is the best time to do it. When I was going to ice, I don't know how many minutes later, but luckily it didn't block anything. So
yeah,
it was
hookshot
really
cave
nice
is
to
junk. Yeah, because Tam in a different order did get the hookshot wide enough. Really, their first trip in. So yeah.
Oh, what was that?
I'm saying Tam did get the hookshot their first trip in. They had a different amount of heart pieces at the time, so it worked out. So we did see hookshot cave. It was all junk. So
Yeah.
The other decider in this race was when Tam went into Turtle Rock, a little bit before you did. They stopped when they got to the front. They didn't do the front, and basically last located the hammer.
Yeah, they just quit out of Chain Chomp's room. But yeah, I mean, we were actually a little surprised that you went into Eastern before doing GT.
Yes, because that Quake was hammer. The hammer was Quake locked. I was not going to do any hammer attacks.
Even with all the keys that you found in TR.
The front is locked by 4 keys, so I was not.
Oh, so the fact that there was even one small key. Okay, I don't know the total key logic, but get your GGs in for Tam, who has finished this out. We'll finish within 3 minutes of Gammachuu.
Yeah, Tam played really well. It was just a hammer. Otherwise, Tam played really well.
And that is 128.06, so 2 minutes 55 seconds difference.
I have one other question for you, Gamma. Oh, Skull Woods. Why did you not go to Skull Woods for so long?
My thought was to do Skull Woods after I turned in this miss, and then my mind just drifted off elsewhere. I don't know what I did afterwards. I got the Master Sword from Smiths, and then immediately I went, okay, I need to check these the tablets, because I went to Pod, and all I got out of it was Buck, so I just kind of want to follow that. And then I did Ether tablet. After I did Bombo's Ether, I'm up there in the mountain. I think I went to Turtle Rock, was it? And I just, Turtle Rock, and then I followed the hammer, and I just kind of, my mind drifted off from Skullwoods until pretty late. I'm like, oh my gosh, the Quake could be right there.
Yeah, I figured you just forgot. Like, I figured it had to do a Smith chain initially, and then it seemed like you just forgot after that. But it worked out all right. Everything else you did made sense. How you cleaned things up really nicely. Tam, GG's. You played really well. I mean, that's you didn't get the results didn't go the right way, but that hammer went TR. What was your thinking on that?
Hey, GG Gamma.
Hey, GG, Sam.
I didn't really think I played very well, so I made a lot of bad decisions. And bad
I mean,
execution.
your play was great other than ditching TR.
I mean, I died to Mothula in a fight that I should never die in. That fight is so easy with Master Sword, and I died.
What?
And then I was just...
I don't remember you dying to Moth.
Well, I died to Moth, so...
Oh,
That
Specs,
was
do you
bad.
remember Tam dying to Moth?
No.
Oh, Malmo, our tracker, says Tam died at Moth. Somehow,
Oh,
both of the...
I thought you were joking. Oh, I do. We talked about it when he died. Yeah, I thought you were joking, Drossi. But yeah, Tam, what were you saying?
How did I miss this?
You were there. You saw it. We talked about it, Drossi.
Well,
But yeah,
then I-
Tam, what were you saying?
I left TR because it was Quake locked, and I'm in a situation where I'm gonna find one of Quake or Hammer, and they both unlock like 20 different checks. There's no way I really want to do things behind
Yeah.
both of them.
Okay.
I felt bad even going to Laser Bridge. It felt like a really stupid thing to do. It
I
was just one of the many poor choices I made, really.
Yeah, that density play into TR. I just clipped right into Laser Bridge, just kind of going for the meat of it. Once I did pick up that hammer, though, I knew right away, okay, well, this is Quake Lock. This is good. Because I had just done GT before that, and everything in there was basically hook shot and hammer lock. So the things I needed were not going to be there at that point. And yeah, that Quake basically locking everything in this game, or the hammer, kind of narrowed down where it was going to be with the choices I had left over. So that hammer, I feel like, bailed me out.
I definitely should have gone back sooner, but I just made a lot of desperation plays one after the other. Like, the biggest thing was going back into Easton. There was really no reasonable world, I felt like, where going into Easton was a good decision. But
Oh, you didn't go there early then?
No, I got Pearl before going into Easton, and then when I got Quake, I just left. And then at some point, I was like, well, I lost this race. Let's just make decisions that don't make sense.
So hammer was your go mode?
Yeah.
Oh, that means you cleared Swamp as well, I assume.
Yeah, I full cleared Swamp. I went into Ice without hammer. I didn't go to... I went into GT, but I didn't go past Ice moves because it was all hammer locked.
Right. Yeah, I kind of stopped that compass room just in case the big Q was there, and I just didn't bother after that.
The Maya layout was also awful for what I did because it was the God Maya, so I went straight to Vitreous, but then I didn't get a key on Vitreous, so I had to go looking for 2 keys to unlock left side and also have one for Swamp because I didn't look in Hera for a key, which I probably should have done, but I figured I would just never go to Hera and unlock it from Maya, which was not convenient.
I held off on Swamp as my last one in case I found Mirror somewhere out there, because I had to go back to Hyrule Castle to open the key rat door, and then go to Hera to pick up the key rat and save and quit, and just then do the dam. It's so annoying without the mirror. It sucks.
It was mostly a shame because it felt like early on things were kind of great for the kind of decisions I tend to make, I just got everything I needed to make a Kakariko trip early, because one of the things I always worry about is putting off Kakariko and then stuff being there, but I just got Fire Sauce, Full Ammo, Glove for Checkerboard, Flute, and Bottle, so it was I had no reason to not go there at that point.
Yeah, you got the flute activated way before Gamma. You got the Smart from Cicada a lot sooner. You got the hook shot a lot sooner than Gamma as well. So for a while, it looked strongly favored for you, Tam, until TR.
Yeah, the cane was like great, and then I was like, oh wait, we just had the flute, so he's gonna come back at some point. But
Yeah, that basically what made me choose to go to GT and TR at that point, because I got that cane fairly late.
right,
And yeah, I did Waterfall at one point, and I got Flipper State, and I couldn't get the hook shot that was there. I didn't go back until much later. But luckily, that hook shot blocked nothing, so it was good to have got that before the Hammer and Quake.
yeah, I was like kind of hoping that maybe you get sucked into a bunch of hammer stuff, but there wasn't really a lot to do.
Yeah.
So, oh well, it happens.
I assume there was a sword in Swamp.
No, the other sword was Purple Chest.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
both of Smith James. Wow,
Yep.
That's disgusting.
No, Swamp had a fat load of nothing. So.
And that mirror ended up being on top of GT. What a garbage location.
Yeah, I didn't bother looking for it. I mean, I looked for it in Stealth Racer, but this is
Yeah.
my second HMG race in a row where I get my Bicky in Stealth Racer with no mirror, and I have to walk out.
Oh yeah, that feels so awful.
I healed like on the way there from the old man, and then I was like, I'm probably gonna have to death warp in GT, so that was kind of a
Oh.
mistake. But it was, I didn't have to do that. So.
That's why I also didn't get a refill from Old Man, just out of habit. I don't even know if it was still faster to die right there than just walk back. I just walked back. I didn't want to bother doing the math.
Yeah. It's also a pain to die in that room.
Yeah, just a scene without mirror just sucks.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. Anything else either you want to add, Gamma or Tam?
Well, not just GG's again to Tam, man. Thank you for putting up the restream. Yeah, I was really sweating that with Tam. Our last